Everyone is in the middle of a life story, and your story is being shaped by what you are saying yes to and what you are saying no to. Your yeses and nos are what boundaries are made of. So what are boundaries? How do we build them? How do we heal when our boundaries are violated? And how do we push through boundaries? These questions have been the center of my life and my work. Take a moment and visualize a compass in your hand. It looks just like this. It has 2 words on it, yes and no, and only those 2 words. You use this compass to make your decisions, figure out your relationships, and set your boundaries for your whole life. You know, when you listen to your own yes and no, other people are gonna get angry or they may get disappointed. Boundary setting will unleash emotions, and yes and no are not feelings. So I couldn't let my fear of my grandfather's anger, nor my desire to please him, determine my boundaries. Now, sometimes your compass is clouded over, and you can't see if something is a yes or a no for you. And this happens if you've been ignoring your compass or arguing with it because you don't like what it's saying. And when I say self-care, many of you may think first about what you eat and how much you exercise. And those are really important, but even people who do those really well are gonna have high stress if they aren't managing their boundaries. Self-care is a much bigger landscape than eating and exercise. Self-care is how you treat yourself. It's how you find enjoyment, play, happiness, balance, rest, and companionship. In the past, and I like saying past, I was a workaholic caretaker. And back then, I was running an agency that was serving teens who were homeless. It was an agency that I started and I was deeply committed to. And over the years, as the organization grew, it needed more and more from me. Every day and every night, doing exactly what it was designed to do, the way it was designed to do it. And I learned from my compass that other people could take care of the kids and the staff and the organization, but only I could take care of me. And then I had to face my workaholic. Now I need to warn you, even if you're doing all the boundary pieces, like you've separated your feelings from your boundaries, and you're doing some good self-care, and you're really listening to your yes and no, and maybe you've recovered from workaholism or numbing out. Even when you do all these pieces really, really well, there are gonna be some things that are gonna challenge your boundaries, and they're gonna make things extra hard. Some of you are dealing with really tough challenges at your job every day. There are 3 things that you can do to support your compass. First, increase your self-care. You may already be doing some self-care, but you need to step it up. The second thing to do is to reach out and build a web of resources. Your compass may not have enough information to guide you through the challenge that you're dealing with. We're not all experts in everything. Find people who have this expertise, join a support group, see a therapist, take a class, reach out. The third thing to do is to really focus on choosing your responsibilities and limiting your time during a challenge. All of you are in the middle of a life story, and your story is being shaped by what you are saying yes to and what you are saying. If you shut out the noise and listen, you're going to find yourself going through life with less stress, and profoundly in tune with your purpose.